When I pull his wrist back, what happens to his shoulder? So let's say he's pretty flat. I pull his wrist back, elbow forward. What happens to his shoulder? Comes up. Okay, so as a jiu-jitsu cut, this is giving you big clues as to how you can make this more painful. Okay. You see what's happening to the ball joint of his shoulder?
Us.
Right. Or, and eventually, but that's because he sits up so damn much that eventually what happens?
It stops.
That ball of his shoulder comes into my chest and it can't go anywhere. But if I keep this, see what just happened? But the more, see how, he's perfect body for this. But if I pin this, that, see what just happened to his wrist? But if I make that wrist continue to go back, it naturally wants to go the other way. So I press my body here and pull that the other direction. Okay, so it's not just how hard can I twist and crank these things. You could be a big, strong, muscly dude and with 70% get a lot of techniques to work. But in terms of Seiryoku Zenyo, it's super efficiency of technique. It doesn't take, and listen, most of you, me, are not Jason. We'd be crying a lot sooner than that. So, control that shoulder. And listen, even if you're here, right? Let's say we're here, and it's not working, right? He's a bit up. You should know the fix to this. What's the fix?
Flatten it.
Either I flatten myself, or I gotta suck that shoulder into my body so that it stops rolling forward. But if there's free space for that joint to keep going forward, it will. So I have to put something here. Either I bring him to me, or I bring myself to him, and then apply the technique.
Ideally, do you want roughly sternum on the around the shoulder, or do you want the side that's pinning him down or close to the shoulder?
Left side closer to him. So if I'm understanding your question, so here, here, here. But you see, when I lift my elbow, what am I really doing? I don't know if you can see with all this gi in the way. When I lift my elbow,
His shoulder comes up.
I'm pinning his shoulder to me the same way I would pin an elbow to me in a Mayan Noji.
Oh.
I'm pinning that shoulder to me. Just like it, sit up please. In a Mayan Noji, I can have the wrist element correct, but if there's no backstop, his elbow can always go back. I stop that process, and I'm not doing this any harder or any more this way. I just stop that motion, right? So one way or another, I come down on it, or like that Mayanoji, I pull it. See how it's up against my body? This is gonna take very little rotation to make hurt. And I'm just pushing. If I start continually spiraling here, he's gonna have a problem. And again, I can't emphasize enough, that's him. He's very stretchy. So you guys, me, will be in real dire straits.
Can I please see the acquisition and the position?
Yes. Any questions on the lock before I do that?
When you're applying, are your right hips coming up? Can you apply it keeping your right hip down? Does it still give you enough room with your right arm to come through?
Well, you need to, it's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult because you need to turn his
rotation.
Yeah, you need rotation there. If someone's very, listen, if someone's very tight, I'm not saying that it's not possible, but I wouldn't, you want your technique to be as technically sound as possible so that it works universally.
Right.
And if it works on him, it will definitely work on you or me.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Any other questions on that? So, the knee was up. So, throw.
So your weight at this point is primarily the toes and elbow?
Correct. Correct.
When you step as opposed to hip switch?
Distance.
Distance.
The closer I am, the more it's just going to be a straight hip switch. Okay, so
Okay.
This is gonna be definitely a big step. If I'm pretty close to him, it may just be, it is still a step, but I scissor the bottom leg.
Okay.
So when you get to the Kansetsu Waza, make sure you focus on what you're doing to this shoulder. Okay? The difference between great and good.
Yes.
You want to be great. Hajime.